Well, hello. I'm enjoying another delicious food. It's easy to make. Just toss it in the oven. Well, there's some cooking ahead of time, but it's all done in the one pot. This is creamy chicken pot pie with biscuit topping. Now, you've got this nice biscuit on top here. Then you got the creamy chicken pot pie underneath. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's another delicious treat. Let's go in the kitchen and make this right now. All right, here we have all the ingredients for the chicken pot pie itself. We'll make the biscuits afterwards. Of course, we have the chicken. This is 2 cups of chopped cooked chicken. Now, if you have to actually cook some chicken to do this, it's about a pound or 450 grams of chicken steamed up and then chopped up. I've used thigh, you can use breast, whatever kind of meat you want, off of a rotisserie chicken, something like that. Over here we have 2 cups of chopped up carrots, which is about 2 large carrots. Over here I've got 2 cups of chopped potatoes, which is about 3 medium potatoes, about that size. I've got 1 chopped onion. I have here 6 ounces or 170 grams of cream cheese at room temperature. I have here a 1/4 cup of butter, a 1/4 cup of flour, 3 cloves of garlic which have been sliced, and a 1/2 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the butter into the large, I'm using my large cast iron pot again because I want something that can go in the oven. So this is the best. You could do this in a casserole dish, but then you've got to dirty up something like a pot and then the casserole dish. So I just like to do it all right here in the pot. So let's bring that up to medium heat. Get that butter melted. Okay, now that the butter is melted, in goes the onions. I'm going to cook those onions for about 5 minutes. Just want to make them soft. So I'll see you in about 5 minutes. Right, that's been about 5 minutes and the onions are just softening up nicely. Now I may have failed to mention about the ingredients earlier. We have 2 more ingredients back here. So this is 1 15-ounce can of chicken stock. And here is 3/4 cup of heavy cream, which is about 35% or better. All right, so what we're going to put in here right now, though, these are going later. So what we got right now is the carrots go in here, the potato, the garlic, salt and pepper, and the flour. All I'm going to do right now is just stir this around a little bit. I want to get that flour down in there and just cooked a little bit. So about a minute, just stirring this around, getting everything mixed, getting just a little bit mixed in with that butter and all that's down there. So the flour mixed in with that butter a bit, which will make a roux that helps thickens things a bit. So just a little bit. So let's do that for about 1 minute. It's been about a minute. That's looking good. So what we're going to do now is add in the chicken stock. Get that down into the chicken stock. I want to cook this for about 20 minutes. I want to make get those potatoes tender. It's going to take about 20 minutes for them to get cooked. And then what we're going to do is cover this up. Going to cook that for about 15 minutes. Those are smaller pieces of potato. They should be well cooked by then. So 15 minutes of simmering. Once it comes up to simmer, and then I'll see you then. Right, that's been simmering away there for about 15 minutes, just a little bit under actually, and it's looking great. Thickening up nicely. Look at that, already thickening up, getting creamy, and we haven't even added the cream and the cream cheese in there yet. Now let's get the chicken in there. So put in the chicken, mix that around, get that all distributed throughout there. Oh, that's going to be so good. And now, put the cream in. And then we got to work that cream cheese in there. That takes a little bit because the cream cheese has to be dissolved up in here. So what I like to do here is just kind of get it in the center and then chop it up with my wooden spatula here. And just keep chopping until it's into small pieces. And you see it's starting to dissolve now. So we keep chopping it up, and it dissolves right into there. All right, that's looking good. I'm going to stir it around. Take this off the heat now. This is basically good to go. It's going to thicken up more while it bakes in the oven too. But right now, that is just absolutely perfect. What we need to do now is to let this sit here because we're going to make our biscuits. I'll see you in a minute. Get the setup for doing the biscuits here. All right, to make our biscuits, what I've got here is 3 1/4 cups of flour. Again, another 3/4 cups of heavy cream, 35% or plus. This is about 35%. A half a teaspoon of salt, 1 1/2 tablespoons of baking powder, and a half a cup of butter, which has been pre-cut before into small pieces and put back in the fridge. You want it good and cold, and a little bit of water just in case it's needed. So first of all, put the flour in here into the food processor. Flour in there, throw the salt into that, the baking powder. Now I'm just going to give it a quick pulse just to mix that up. Oops, I hope we had it on the right way. There we go. All right, give it a quick pulse. Right, that's got that distributed. Now the butter goes in. Now what I want to do is I want to pulse this until the butter is in small pieces, like about 1/8 or so, 2, 3, 4 millimeters. And then we're ready to make biscuits. Now a quick look inside there. Yeah, there we got small balls of butter in there. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do, with this running, I'm going to slowly pour in the cream. Now, quick pulse. It's not quite ready to clump together yet. This is why we need the water. So let's see, how's that looking? Pretty good, pretty good. You could just about bring that together into biscuits. Yes. So just a little bit of water. And I'm just going to pulse it this time. I can hear that starting to come together. So we've added about a tablespoon or so of water. And now it's clumping together at the bottom. Bring that all together. Okay, into a bowl. Oh man, overboard. I'll get this out of our way. Get that out of there. Now what I want to do is start bringing this together. So yeah, that's going to come together. We're going to put a little bit of flour on the surface here. Just going to flour that surface like that. And then I'm going to work this together into a ball. Our oven is ready. That's 420 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius. This chicken pot pie is going to go in there for about 15 to 18 minutes. We just want those biscuits to brown up on top. All right, look at that. That is perfect. You don't want to work your biscuit dough too much Otherwise, it's just going to, it's not going to be a very nice leaven biscuit dough. So, I'm going to flatten this out a bit. Basically, I want about the same size as the top of my pot there. Yeah, it's getting close. Now, usually I'd use a nice clean cup, but this one is just fine. That's a nice size of biscuit. So, cut a biscuit. And then, just place that biscuit on top. Cut another one. And place that biscuit on top. Let's get that spoon out of there. And cut a biscuit. Just keep doing this until you've covered the whole top of the chicken pot pie. Now I still got a little left over, so let's make some mini biscuits. Okay, well that's going to go into the oven now. 15 to 18 minutes. We'll bring it out when those biscuits are nicely browned on top. Everything's looking perfect. All right, see you then. All right, that's been 15 minutes in the oven. Those biscuits are looking good. I think they're quite ready. All right, that is bubbling away inside there. Absolutely delicious looking. That's good to go. Now it depends on your oven. You might want to go a little bit more than 15 minutes. My oven is always quite hot, so 15 minutes, just right. Look at it on the edges here. Oh, that is going to be absolutely fantastic. All right, so enjoy chicken pot pie with biscuits topping. Now, if you go to the link up here on the screen, and also clickable in this video's description, you can download and print out this recipe from the Main Dishes Recipes booklet on Kuma's Kitchen's Patreon page. Just click the featured tag called Recipes. Now, go print out the recipe and enjoy creamy chicken pot pie with biscuit topping. And make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.